to another episode of Rob's World of Boxing. Let's get it. Alright, I want to get into this fight night preview video. The fight that's taking place Saturday, September 17th, 2022. It's going to transpire in Las Vegas, Nevada on Dazn. It's for the WBC, WBA, WBO, IBF, super middleweight titles of the world. It's going to take, as I stated, it's going to be on Dazn. Dazn is Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, all those guys. The main event is going to be between Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin. It's going to come on at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Alright, let's get into it. Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin. Canelo Alvarez is 57-2 with 2 draws, 39 KOs. He's an orthodox style fighter. He stands at 5'8" with a 70.5-inch reach. He's from Mexico. His last fight was a unanimous decisional loss versus Dimitri Bivol. When Bivol was 19-0, and that fight transpired May of 2022. A key opponent Canelo Alvarez has on his record, well, I just stated his other loss. His other loss was against Floyd Mayweather when Mayweather was 44-0. It was a majority decision loss, which I don't know why. That motherfucker was unanimous as can be, in my opinion. September 3rd of 2013 is when he faced Floyd Mayweather. All right, as I stated, Canelo Alvarez is the WBC, WBA, WBO, and the IBF champion at 168 pounds. 168 pounds is super middleweight, if you didn't know. I don't know if I stated this, but this is going to be a 12-round contest at super middleweight, 168 pounds. All right, let's get to his opponent, Gennady Triple G Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin is 42-1 with 1 draw, 37 KOs. He's an orthodox style fighter. He stands at, well, he's 40 years of age. He stands at 5'10.5" with a 7-inch reach from Kazakhstan, but he's living in LA. His last fight was a 9th round TKO win versus Ryota Murata, who was 16-2, and that fight transpired April of this year, 2022. Gennady Golovkin blemishes on his record both come from Canelo Alvarez. He lost to Canelo Alvarez. Well, first he drew to Canelo Alvarez. That's where the draw came from. And then he suffered a majority decision loss against Canelo Alvarez September of 2018. Which I feel like he won the first fight, which was a draw. And they just gave Canelo, that treatment, looking out for Canelo. But yeah, he lost the second fight. So I say he should be 1-1 with those fights. I feel like even though Canelo is coming off of a loss, man, I feel like Canelo kind of, has been on the rise, and but not even, man. It just seemed like Golovkin been falling off, but he hasn't lost a fight. As I stated, Canelo is the only guy who's put blemishes on his record. So So yeah, man. Golovkin, he's. Maybe it's just because he's 40 years of age, he's up there. So, it's just he looking slower, he looking more sluggish. He's not using the style he used to use with Abel Sanchez. He's not using the come forward style. He's trying to box more. So maybe that's what it is, making him look, unlike the old Triple G. But I feel like Canelo Alvarez before that, but Bivol fight, he was a dog, and he was beating everybody, it was to beat, at the level he's at, man, except those chosen select, Benavidez, Jermell Charlo, Dimitri Andre, all those motherfuckers. But he was fighting everybody else, even if y'all think they're nobody, they was world fucking champions. They was somebody, and he was beating them. But as I stated, man, I feel like Canelo Alvarez has been on a upward trajectory, so I'm gonna pick Canelo to win this fight and get back to his winning ways. I know he's mad as fuck that he lost against Bivol, so he should take his anger out on Gennady Triple G Golovkin, and I feel like he will. And I feel like he'll get Unanimous decision win this time. They'll make it unanimous. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get into their undercard. Well, I ain't gonna get into the whole undercard because this is the zone card, and you know what I said about the zone cards. I mean, they've been trying a lot harder lately, and they've been successful at it. But this card is not nothing to write home about. I think they got like 5 or 6 fights. Man, I know everybody who fighting, but they got Gabe Rosada. And yeah, some motherfuckers, I ain't finna be going over these fights, man. They did have more Castro, but he, kind of early in the card. But yeah, man, I'm just gonna talk about this next undercard fight that they got with a co-main. Well, you can't be co-main Canelo, man. You gonna be undercard, bam. All right, undercard fight. It's a 12-round contest at bantamweight. Bantamweight is 115 pounds. If you didn't know, it's between Jesse Bam Rodriguez and Israel Gonzalez. Jesse Bam Rodriguez is 11-0 with 11 my fault. It's 16-0 with 11 KOs. He's a southpaw. He's 22 years of age. He stands at 5'4" with a 67-inch reach from San Antonio, Texas. His last fight was an 8th-round TKO win versus Sharek Sharankasai, who was 50-5 with 1 draw at the time they clashed, June of this year, 2022. A key opponent Jesse Bam Rodriguez has was, I would have to say, his unanimous decision win versus Carlos Cuadras, when Cuadras was 39-4 with 1 draw. February of this year, 2022. Yeah, I feel like that was a key win for him. That was his first fight at 115 pounds from 112, and he became the youngest champion in boxing after winning that fight against Carlos Cuadras. So yeah, man, that put him on the map, in the world's eyes. I was already on Bam. Bam, the fucking truth, man. He trains with Roberto Garcia and those guys over there, man. Peter Garcia, Mikey, the senior Garcia, all those, man, so he's fundamentally sound and he has talent, man. He's a dog. I fuck with Bam. As I stated, he's the youngest champion in boxing, man, and he's the fucking future of boxing, man. Bam Rodriguez, man. Let's get to his opponent, Israel Gonzalez. Israel Gonzalez is 28-4 with 1 draw. He's an orthodox style fighter. He stands at 5'6" with a 69-inch reach from Mexico. His last fight was versus Michel Acevedo, who was 15-2 with 2 draws. He scored a unanimous decision win versus dude. Yeah. I say a key opponent Israel Gonzalez has is a unanimous decision loss versus Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez when Chocolatito was 49-2. And that fight transpired October of 2020. Yeah, man. There's nothing to be ashamed about losing to Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. He's a Hall of Fame boxer, man. He's the fucking truth. His only 2 losses coming to Sharek Sharankasai, which Bam easily disposed of him, as I just stated. His last fight, man. I feel like get off a little topic, man. I feel like Bam next opponent after this need to be Chocolatito Gonzalez, man, so he could really, just roll through that 115 pounds. And after Chocolatito, man, let's get Estrada, man, and get all them belts, man. But, yeah, I feel like, let's get into a quick prediction about this fight. I feel like Bam gonna make easy work of this guy. I never even heard of Israel Gonzalez, but I know he's been around. He's fought Chocolatito. But, yeah, I ain't heard of you, bro. And I know Bam is a motherfucking dog, man. So if I ain't heard of you and I'm a boxing, I fuck with this boxing shit, man. It must not be that good. And he already done lost 4 times. I feel like this is a showcase fight for Bam. He's on the undercard of Canelo, and they trying to, put him out there, man. So I said a KO for Bam, man. I said a 5th round KO, man. Get him a little tired. Get him out of there. 5th round KO for Bam Rodriguez, man. Continuing his winning ways. After that, I want you in there with what I said. Chocolatito and Estrada. But yo, yeah, man. It's gonna be a smooth night of boxing, man. I hope you got this on, man, because I'm gonna fuck with this card for the show. I hope it ain't pay-per-view. I know how they do now. They was saying like, oh, we don't believe in pay-per-view. Pay-per-view's going dead. We just come get the app, and I done got the app. I've been an app supporter for like 2 years on the app, man, since y'all came out. Now, the motherfuckers starting to implement pay-per-view on the big fights. I'm like, man, I'm finna get rid of this app in a minute. And no, that's what I'm for real, man. Why the fuck I got the app if y'all doing pay-per-view? That's crazy. So I'm playing the app and the pay-per-view. But yo, man, as I said, it's gonna be an exciting night of boxing. If you can check it out, man, tune in. But yeah, all right, let's get to another change subject a little bit. Sorry about the lengthy layoff, but I ain't gonna lie to you, it wasn't no boxing on. It wasn't nothing that I, would recommend you to watch. They had Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz on Fox pay-per-view. If it's on pay-per-view and it ain't supposed to be on pay-per-view, I ain't talking about it. Period. I ain't finna, man, be supporting these fights that don't need to get supported, man. Y'all niggas out here trying to bleed the people dry. Don't y'all know we in a motherfucking recession? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Niggas out here shooting motherfuckers, robbing motherfuckers. Y'all out here putting Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz on pay-per-view, man. That's crazy. I ain't watching that bitch. But I heard it was a good card. There was some nice undercard fights on there. But I wasn't going to recommend y'all to watch it, so I didn't even make a video about that. But, yeah, man. And this week, they had, last Saturday, they were supposed to have Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall card, which I was going to talk about that. I was going to put on for the women, man. I fuck with Clarissa Shields. And Savannah Marshall is also an undefeated fighter, so I wanted to see how she was going to do against that, which I know she's going to dominate her, though. But, yeah, they canceled the fight, man. And it's something like they got something they ain't doing no sporting events right now overseas where it was at. I forget where they said it was at. I think it was in London. They ain't doing no sporting events, Oh, yeah, because of the Queen died. That's why. Yeah, they ain't doing no sporting events because the Queen died over there for 10 days. So, yeah, they canceled that sporting event, man. But I was looking forward to talking about Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. Let's put that Clarissa Shields first, man. Put some respect on her fucking name, the Whoa. But, yeah, man, my apologies for the lengthy layoff, man. But like I said, if it ain't nothing that I watch, I ain't gonna holler about it, man. And that was just one example of that, man. I never stray y'all wrong. I'm gonna put y'all in the right direction every time. Y'all wanna know where to watch boxing? Y'all wanna know what good fights are on, man? Come fuck with me, man. Y'all wanna know who did what and what fight, man? Come fuck with me, man. I'm right here, man. I fuck with y'all, man. But yo, like, comment, subscribe, all that shit, people. Rise World of Boxing. Yeah.